Love at first sniff. Now, we've all experienced that once or twice throughout our fragrance journey, and a lot of those fragrances, a lot of the time, do end up becoming our most favorite fragrance throughout our whole entire collection and throughout our journey. So in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys 5 niche, 5 designers that are love at first sniff for me. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Yo, what's up guys, Tim here, welcome back to another video today, and today we have love at first sniff fragrances. We're gonna alternate niche designer until we reach 10, and there we go, we have a lot to cover, so let's jump right into the first one. And oh, before we begin, always leave down in the comment section below 1 love at first sniff fragrances for you, and if you can, keep it in the fall category, all right? Because we're entering fall. The first one I want to talk about is Natsumoto's Pardon. This is dark chocolate and oud, and this was love, 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 love at first sniff. I knew I had to have a bottle of this one. It's just sexy, man. Sexy, dark, James Bond type of vibe. It's just, it has that mysterious kind of cool guy vibe, also at the same time alluring and sexy with that dark chocolate. And the oud in here lends a darkness as well, a really nice dry darkness that fits extremely well with the slightly sweet dark chocolate that's in here. It's such a masterfully blended fragrance. I love everything about it, and definitely love at first sniff. At first time I smelled this, it didn't take me long at all to buy a bottle, maybe a week at most to get myself a bottle of this one. And as you can see, I wore like half of it. Well, I owned this bottle for quite some time, but love, love, love this one. And if you want to check this one out for yourself, there's a really good price going on right now on FragranceUSA.com. I think it's like $120 for a 30 ml, and they only come in 30 mls, by the way. But you can get an extra 10% off with the code IMAGINE10. So there you go, save even more on this amazing fragrance that's already at amazing price. All right, next we have a designer fragrance, and this one is, it's so good. It's so good, I have to switch the bottle that I picked up because I want to talk about that one last. So this one is gonna be instead Hugo Boss bottled Intense. Not gonna touch too much on this one. I know you guys heard a lot about it already, but it is gorgeous. It is intoxicating. There's drugs in here or something. I really cannot put it down, but holy cow, is it good. And with that being said, we're gonna move on to the next fragrance. All right, next fragrance, we have the niche department, and this one, if you love gourmand fragrance and you're looking for a hazelnut gourmand fragrance, yes, if you like Nutella, this one is not exactly like Nutella, but it's like a softer, smoother, more silky, more sexy Nutella or hazelnut type gourmand fragrance. This one is El Contrario by Tiziana Terenzi. I bought this at Barney's New York here in Las Vegas. I bought it retail too, actually. Which I regret because much later I found it online for like half the price on discounters. So I don't know why I told you guys that story, but I thought I'd share it. But this thing is gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. It's one of the most unique gourmand fragrances out there. If you love gourmand, can't miss this one. And this one, it's not your typical gourmand fragrance that you may think of when you think of gourmands. You might think, oh, gourmands, too sweet, hard to wear, don't know when to use it. Not this one. This one is easy to wear, easy to appreciate, great fall and wintertime fragrance, great for a date as well. You would really surprise your date with a smell like this, especially if you know she likes desserts or Nutella. Hazelnut. Jokes aside and bottom line, this fragrance is just a really easy to wear gourmand fragrance that smells, 1, unique, 2, mass appealing, and the price on this one at discounters, not too much as well. Love El Contrario by Tiziana Terenzi. My girlfriend over there actually finds this one to be quite delicious as well. So if you guys are wondering, she also loves it. All right, next fragrance here, designer. And you're gonna notice a big theme in this video is that all of the designers, except for one of them, is a classic. So some of these are older designers because a lot of the new designers don't hit me with that love at first sniff thing anymore. It's so hard now because I think because I own so many, I smelled so many that I'm not generally surprised anymore by a lot of new releases. None of them has actually really tried out a new DNA that wow me completely. So a lot of these love at first sniff designer-wise are gonna be older fragrances, all right? And this next one is one that I think a lot of you guys will agree is a love at first sniff for a lot of people. And this one is Spice Bomb the original EDT Spice Bomb. I'm actually wearing it today and I'm still mind blown how amazing this fragrance is. It's so, I would say, not so unique anymore, but it's so iconic. You smell this and you instantly know it's a spice bomb. When you smell this fragrance out and about, you can't mistake this for anything else. You might mistaken it for Bulgari Man in black, but that's even stretching it. Spice Bomb is Spice Bomb. I've smelled this off quite a few people here in Las Vegas actually. It's quite a popular fragrance and rightfully so, it is amazing. It's a very unapologetic, spicy men's fragrance, has edginess to it, but still massively appealing at the same time. Victor and Rolf really pulled off an extremely spicy fragrance for men extremely well. I have no clue how they did it at the time or who brought forth the idea, but they tried a new idea, completely crushed the market. This thing sold like crazy, became extremely popular. Until this day, one of the most artistic and mass appealing fragrance on the market still. Next one is a niche fragrance, and this one is the coffee fragrance I talked about in a few videos ago. This one is Follow by Kerosene, and this is the most authentic smelling coffee on the face of the universe. Yeah, well, you guys thought I was gonna say the face of the planet. No, the universe. Yeah, because this is just that photorealistic, that authentic roasted coffee. It's just that, man. It's just a beautiful, smelling, delicious coffee. I have nothing else to say about it. It's definitely love at first sniff for me. It took me a while to acquire a bottle, but now that I have it, I'll never let it go. It's just that amazing. So yeah, Follow by Kerosene, our niche pick number 3. Next fragrance, we have Lodi Parfum Intense by Issey Miyake. This one was one of my original love for fragrances. I love Pioneer back in the day, Armani Code, Halloween Man, and this one. This one blew my mind. It's citrusy. It has yuzu, but it also has a heavy incense note. Like, if you haven't smelled incense before, this incense will slap you in the face. I'm not talking about Bleu de Chanel type incense where it's like a light incense in the background mixed with the grapefruit. This is a forefront incense that just slaps you alongside the citruses that is the yuzu. It's such a unique fragrance, and at the time that I smelled this back in 2013, it was a game changer for me. Like, it just opened my eyes to what fragrances can be, because most of the time I smell fragrances like fresh, oh, it's sweet, it's fruity, but this one completely threw me out of the loop in a way. So yeah, love at first sniff for this one. All right, our 4th niche pick is gonna be Lignum Vitae by Beau Ford. I smelled this at Twisted Lily, RIP Twisted Lily. They don't have a storefront anymore. They have just the website now. The store closed down, but I smelled this at Twisted Lily back in 2017. I was there for New Year's and it grabbed me right away. This thing has sea salty notes and biscuit. So an aquatic gourmand. How unique is that, an aquatic gourmand? Oh, man, I love it. I love everything about this scent, from the unique DNA, from how delicious, how decadent it smells, and actually how many compliments that this fragrance has given me over the years. It's actually got me quite a few, and you might not think that when you smell this fragrance. It doesn't smell like the most mass appealing fragrance on the planet, but something about it, maybe it's just that piercing sea salty DNA that just gets to people's nose and just draw them in. The sweetness in here, the dry-ish gourmand feeling that's in here, something about it just drags people in, and they give me compliments on it a lot of times that I wear this. So yeah, Lignum Vitae by Beau Ford. If you're looking for an extremely unique gourmand fragrance that would just blow your mind, this one is it. 4th designer choice is Armani Code, and this is a gold bottle, but it's not Armani Code Absolute or Armani Code Absolute Gold. This is the limited edition 2014 Armani Code. It just happens to be in a gold bottle, but the smell is exactly the same as your regular black Armani Code bottle. This one, I just love to death. It was my signature scent back in college. I wore this thing heavy. I actually don't have that bottle anymore, and I bought this one to replace it. But it is a fantastic DNA, mass appealing. If you smell Armani Code before, you know what I'm talking about. It's one that's just super easy to wear. People just love the heck out of it, especially girls at the club love the heck out of this one. I go to the club very often when I was in college, and the bars as well. And this one and Halloween Man by Jesus Del Pozo, those two were my go-to fragrances for those type of occasion, and they work like magic. Girls love it, Halloween Man, and this one. So yeah, love at first sniff. Very kind of old fragrance now, Armani Code, the original version. The new version, not as strong as the original version, but definitely still wearable, still usable, still mass appealing. So yeah, check this one out if you guys have not done so yet. I know you guys heard a lot about Profumo, but check out the classic from me and see the differences, all right? All right, next fragrance we have here, the last niche one is Creed's Viking. Yes, love at first sniff, Creed's Viking. I like this one a lot. It was kind of a love at first sniff. Let me tell you the story actually of what happened with me and Creed's Viking right here. So I was with my friend and we went to Caesar's Palace here in Vegas. The Creed boutique is located there if you guys wanna know. We went to smell Viking on the day of the launch, right? And we smelled it, we sprayed it on, we were like, yeah, this is pretty good, this is pretty good. And then we walked out of the store, we were heading back to our car, and we both really liked the fragrance. But what sold the fragrance for us was this next event right here. We walked into the elevator, and these two ladies just walked in, and as they were walking out, they turned around and complimented us both, told us that we smelled amazing. And that was that, man. We reversed the elevator, went back to the Creed boutique, and then I bought myself a bottle of Creed's Viking, full retail on the day it was released. And from that point on, I wore it nonstop for like a month and a half, hence the giant dent. And I loved it. For the longest time, I loved it. It was all I needed. For every situation in the fall time, it just worked and it continued to get me compliments. So yeah, love at first sniff. Last fragrance on this list, L'Homme Idéal Extreme. And this is the only new fragrance on this list, I would say. The only new 2020 fragrance that kind of blew my mind, and it was love at first sniff. This one did not do something extremely new. It took the L'Homme Idéal DNA and just made it more masculine. Added plum, added dryness. It's not so sweet, it's not so creamy. The almond in here is used alongside the plum, but it's used again in a really dry, masculine way. Love this thing. It's my favorite now from the L'Homme Idéal line, and it's one that I'm gonna wear the most out of the whole L'Homme Idéal line. And this fall, you bet you're gonna see a review of this one. I don't normally review fragrances unless I really love them or it's highly requested. And this one I extremely love. So yeah, L'Homme Idéal Extreme, definitely one to check out. I'm super glad that I have this now. I don't know if it will ever come to the US, but if you want to buy this one, I'll leave a link down below to where you can check it out. All right, guys, that's it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't left a comment yet, please leave a comment down below. One love at first sniff fragrances, fall edition for yourself, all right? And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and bye.